guys, Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. I am not alone. A first-time guest here on the channel. I am thrilled, and I'm wearing his merch to welcome Echo Gaming. Echo, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Ash. I've known you for so long. We've never collaborated before, and I would have never guessed that it would have been in a Raid video. But
Dude,
we're here today, and I'm
never
stoked.
Collabed ever?
Never. No.
Oh, shame. But I'm thrilled to have you on, man. This is going to be a great convo, a great topic, because I've noticed not just you, but a few, and I'll link all their channels too, have switched to Raid Shadow Legends.
Someday you'll get me on TV and make me rich.
I never thought I would see the day. Not a knock on Raid or anything like that, but like, I don't know. I feel like I just don't know. I was just shocked nonetheless. So first off, apropos absolutely nothing, I'm wearing your merch, and it is the most comfy hoodie that I've ever purchased from a content creator. I'm not bullshitting you. I told you that. I told you that off air, right?
Yeah, my wife says the same. I actually just ordered her a brand new one too, because she needs that soft, comfortable hoodie. It's crazy. I don't know.
It is so comfy, and I'm not trying to peddle your merch. You don't need me to help you peddle your merch, but I do have a problem, and maybe my viewers can help me with this, dude. I have one of the little string thingies, you know, that come down. Yeah. It got stuck in the wash. It got stuck inside. How do you get that stuff out? Do you know?
You got to inch it through, man. You just got to inch it. Take your time.
That's for the birds, man. Oh, golly. All right. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the hoodie, even though it's so comfy.
Simon, swear on your hoodie you're not going to cheat on me.
Echo Raid Shadow Legends is the name of Echo's YouTube channel. Very apropos. Tell me, man, why did you? I mean, I have a million questions. I want to get your first impressions as like a newish content creator and player in Raid. I want to answer any questions you may have, maybe provide a little bit of expert pay to win advice for you.
I have no money to spare.
But before all of that, I just got to ask, man, why Raid Shadow Legends? It's 5 years old. I'm sure you've heard of it before. Why'd you switch to it?
I mean, I've always liked strategy games. I've got a bunch of YouTube channels. It all started with Clash of Clans, which is a completely different kind of strategy. We've moved through a whole bunch of different games, and for a while, I was playing kingdom builders like Rise of Kingdoms and Call of Dragons. And I really like the strategy element of those games. And all over the years, I'd get an opportunity to do a sponsored integration or video for Raid Shadow Legends. And I always thought it was fun. I like the whole collecting element of it. And now there's like 700 or so champions. I don't see how I'm ever going to get at all of them, but it just was fun to collect. And a lot of people sit back and they're like, oh, but it's such a pay to win game. Now, I play Diablo Immortal on a channel, and that is literally the most pay-to-win game I've ever seen. So I sit here and play Raid. I'm actually playing on a completely free account right now. I started a brand new account, haven't spent anything on it, and it's just surprisingly so much fun. I log in to play, I record a video while I'm doing it, and I'm genuinely just having a blast doing it. And I'm doing it without spending any money inside of the game. Now I come here and I watch your account, and I'm like, well, man, I may have to open up the wallet and get a few things.
No.
What? Dale, don't interrupt the man when he's telling a story.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that. I never want to encourage people. It's tough, right? Because I don't want to get down a rabbit hole here, but like you have your account that I've been playing for 5+ years, and you want to be relatable to the player base, but also like you also want to provide content for other people who've been playing the game long, blah, 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 blah. But it's tough, man. It's tough because, as a one of the things I struggle with as a content creator is like, how many disclaimers are appropriate for like, I would not be doing this if this was not my career, so to speak,
I just wished for once he'd be supportive of me.
Or if I didn't do it, for the channel, I should say, for the content, like all the shard opening videos and stuff like that. Like you did your first shard opening video. I want to ask on all this stuff. I want to ask more on all this stuff, but okay. So your first impressions, you didn't find it overwhelming a little bit? Cause I feel like as a new player, the idea of even starting over is kind of daunting, let alone starting as a brand new-ish player. Like I know you've dabbled, over the years. Like you don't find it confusing all these areas and stuff like that in the game?
Dude, I'm still confused with all this stuff. I still only know a bit of the game. I mean,
do you feel like this game is good for new player? Like, is it new player friendly, or did you find it like, dude, they need to work on their tutorials and stuff, you know?
I mean, for someone that's not like a young kid that's willing to invest time to learn, yeah, it's good. It's got a lot of strategy elements to it. And like I said, I'm still not even at the point where I understand it all. I mean, is it as easy as jumping into some of these other more basic games and just going? No, it's not as easy as that. But I think that's part of what's fun about the game. There's so much to learn, and there's so much behind the scenes that you don't even know. Like when I started, I didn't know that gear was so important, that when you upgrade gear, you get different assets that upgrade with the gear. I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't know that I didn't just take my 5 favorite champions and throw them together in a battle. I didn't know that.
The good old days, huh, guys? The good old days. This is great. Keep talking. This is reminiscent.
I know. That's exactly what I'm doing. So on the channel, I'm learning as I go. And what I've actually found, the best thing about Raid, the community is awesome, man. I got people hitting me up on Discord, in the comments all the time, giving me guidance, because they're players like you, have been playing for years. They're looking at me. I think they feel bad because they're seeing just how I'm struggling through it, the mistakes that I make. Bro, but it's all part of the fun.
You had a shard opening video and you pulled Geomancer.
I know.
I love that you edited it, because your reaction, you're like, okay, this guy Geomancer, whatever. I hope he's good.
Okay. I actually like this guy.
And then you're like, this is Echo from the future. He's amazing.
This is Echo from the future, and I can't believe I didn't get as excited as I should have with Geomancer. How am I supposed to know with 700 champions? How am I supposed to know who's good, you know?
I know. I love it. That's the appeal. Obviously, I'll have his channel linked for you guys to check out. But that is the appeal of, it's way more entertaining than I thought it would be, watching someone go through this for the first time. So how do you, okay, so you said your viewers are awesome and they're friendly and whatever. When I started Raid, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried about getting a lot of hate, because Raid gets a lot of hate, you know, because everybody knows that it's a gacha game that advertises a lot. And you see gacha games that advertise a lot. My first thought was, remember that Game of War game or whatever? Or like Mobile Strike with Arnold or whatever, you know those games?
That was the Kingdom Builder.
Well, oh, was it?
I think so.
You know what I'm talking about? Like those really crappy games that like there's no even gameplay. There's just like it's just dots going towards each other on a map, and then the armies battle, and then something, that's it, and this text comes out, right? I thought that's what Raid was like, because I felt like it kind of got, it's hard to defend Raid, but I felt like it got unfairly put in this box of like just total crap game, where I don't think it is pay to win, but I don't think it's total crap either, right? And that's what I was like, I kind of got hooked on it through advertising it as well. So I say all that to say, how did your audience react when you're like, I'm switching to Raid Shadow Legends, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Did I get any hate? The only thing that people would ask is, why are you no longer covering the game that I was previously covering on the channel? But I've actually gotten so much more. I think there's a huge community of people that actually love this game and that really enjoy playing it. And I saw a heck of a lot more people excited that I was playing versus people that were saying, I don't think I've really gotten much negative. Now, again, I'm not a community as large as yours. It's much fewer people, less people watching. So it's a smaller sample size, but people have been overwhelmingly positive. It's actually been extremely enjoyable. And remember, I come from Diablo Immortal. I mean, do you remember like how negative all that was? That was.
Oh yeah, dude.
Don't you always have something to say?
Oh my God, bro. Like, you were playing, first of all, Echo Guys was playing Diablo Immortal for 2 years before it was even released, or not playing, covering Diablo Immortal for 2 years before it was even released. And then it got released to, obviously, not very well received, I would say, you know?
Yeah.
But you're still going strong. And
I love it.
Yeah. So you obviously have the temperament similar to me, similar like my viewers, right? We know what's up. But you know what? You bring up a really good point. This is something I've never really talked about in the channel. I could make a whole video, Echo, outing like Raid addicts who are big creators, because I hear from them all the time, dude. I will out a few right now. Sir Tag, you know Tag, right? Do you know Tag? Tag is a Raid addict. Mtosh, do you know Mtosh?
Yep, I know him too.
Loves Raid. He just introduced me to Khakis, a Destiny creator, right? Raid Addict, and shout out because I know you're watching this video too, because you showed me a screenshot of watching all my video. So there's a lot of creators, I think, in the similar boat as us. We covered the game, we thought we wouldn't like it, we advertised it, and then we got hooked on this game.
That was the plan.
So it's cool to see some of you guys switching over. Now, why Raid? I mean, there's newer, more buzz around them new games too, like the Dragon Heirs, Watcher of Realms. I'm sure there's other stuff out there too. Or you could have gone to like a big mainstream game like Genshin. Why Raid? Yep. Is it just that familiarity, or is there something about it that captured you, you know, versus those other games?
Yeah, there's a bunch of reasons there. So first of all, let's tackle the like, why not like a Destiny game, right?
Yeah.
Part of why, cause I'm busy, man. I got 3 YouTube channels. I work, I have kids, I coach. I got a lot going on. There's something nice about being able to put Raid on in the background and kind of play through the game with minimal effort. It really, a lot of people look at that as a negative, but when you are very busy, when you play multiple games, it's nice to have one game that you don't have to like white knuckle. Like when I'm playing Diablo, I got to pay attention the whole time. But when I'm playing Raid, I could do the battles, I could do the management, do the upgrades, and that's what I love about Raid.
Let's make a deal.
That's why I chose not to do something like a Destiny or a big PC game. That's why I decided not to go play Diablo 4 and stuck with Diablo Immortal, just the accessibility and the time that I have. But why not like a Dragonair or a Watcher of Realms? I've played all of them. Dragonair is fun. I like the more open world element of it. Watcher of Realms, I like the tower defense element of it because I really do love tower defense games. But Raid is it's just the OG. It's the more popular game. It has the bigger player base. I actually love how it looks. I love like the darkness of Raid. I think the champions are awesome.
A fantasy dark feel.
And plus, I was more familiar with it, right?
Yeah.
I had an account. I had it leveled up to like 35 or 40 that I did for sponsored content, played a bit in the side, learned a bit about. And I was like, you know, I already felt comfortable enough there. And then I decided, let's start this fresh, new account. We're going to just do a new channel and just kind of, my whole experience in the game is essentially documented on the channel. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's the fun that I'm having. But that's, I mean, Watcher, Dragonair. Yeah.
No, it's a good answer too, because like I love Watcher of Realms. I don't play Dragonair much anymore. Tried to get into it, but it's just like I can't get into so many games. Like you can only have so much time, to your point, right? Yeah. But with Watcher, one of the things I actually don't like about it too much is it requires your full attention a bit more than Raid does. You know, there is some auto farming and stuff like that. So don't get me wrong, but like you need to just be full focus. And you're right. There is something really appealing about, like, on top of everything else, the aesthetics, the champions, all the areas, there's a lot to Raid to like, right? But there is something really appealing to an adult, which is why there's an older audience, generally speaking, to be able to just like, okay, you know, I'll go watch a movie with the wife and auto farm in the background, you know, and I'll come back to a, you know, or whatever. So I want to get to some like maybe new player advice, first impressions of different areas of the game. And I kind of want to relive with me and the viewers some of, you know, what we take for granted through your eyes. But I do want to ask like kind of a little bit of an off the wall question about Diablo Immortal. I never got into it. I know you and Darth really kicked it off and did a lot of collabs together. Darth comes from Raid as well, doing his own thing and killing it in multiple areas. But I wanted to ask, what went wrong? Like, how did Diablo, and I know you like the game still and cover it, you know, and I applaud you for sticking with it, but like from a non-player, I never installed it. I never played one day of it, but I did watch a lot of your videos. Cause I think for some reason, I just like following not the drama, but like the saga, the ups and downs of Diablo. What went wrong with Diablo? Like, why are you the only creator? I'm sure there's a few others, but like, why are you the only consistent creator who stayed with the game?
Yeah, man. I mean, it came out of the gate being massively pay to win. Like it can cost. I know an account that has $200,000 spent into the account. Like it's big money to level up. And in the beginning, there was not much else. If you wanted to play in any type of a PvP element, you had to really engage in the pay to win. And even me as a creator, I played alpha, technical alpha, and beta, all 3 rounds of testing over a year's period of time. We never learned really about the pay to win element of it before the game was released. So even a lot of creators didn't really know what to expect.
So why not let the good memories outshine the bad memories?
And then when we saw that, it was obviously not ideal. For me, I don't really care. I play the game. I'm going to play it the way that I want to, spend what I want. And I'm a low spender in the game, by the way. And I don't need to be the best in the world. I'm a casual player and I like to take what the game has to offer.
Yeah.
So I think that everyone left, well, a lot of people left because Diablo 4 came out, right? And from a content creator standpoint, that's a smart move going into a big, massive game that's going to launch. Darth saw a lot of success there. But they got a lot of hate because initially they got that initial hate because the announcement was, everyone was expecting it to be Diablo 4. And then they announced a mobile game. So it already, right off the bat, was just, everyone was angry. There's no mobile community for Blizzard, or there wasn't at that point in time. So then just kind of riding the coattails of that, then it comes out as being pay to win. And, people just, it's easy to hate. It's easy to hate Diablo Immortal. Yeah,
and it's easy to pile on too, once that hate train is going, so but yeah, hey man, I love your mentality. I think my viewers obviously playing Raid, I'm sure they can appreciate it too, is that like whether you spend or you don't spend, whatever the hell you do, like it's just ultimately you just try to enjoy the game.
We got something to talk about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't enjoy it, you don't play it anymore. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like one of those things where you go to a movie and you have like, oh, this is going to be the best movie ever. You go see Oppenheimer like 3 months after everybody's saying it's the best movie ever, and you're like, it was all right, or whatever. But it sounds like the hype in for Diablo, like there was nothing about, this is going to be the dirtiest pay to win or one of ever. There was no like signals, I guess, and then it caught everybody by surprise, kind of, right?
It did. And I want to say this as well, because it's been out for a year and a half. I absolutely love the game. And every single month they come out with an update. Typically, they're pretty big updates, and it gets better every time.
That's cool.
So there's still the pay to win.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of elements to it now that we can participate in, even PvP that is not. So I know this isn't a Diablo video.
Okay.
We should get back to Raid, but I just want
hashtag ad. I'm joking. All right. Okay. So to Raid, first of all, do you have any questions? Is there anything confusing to you? Anything advice-wise that you're unsure about?
There is so many questions that I have, if I'm being honest. There's even that new game mode. I forget what it's called. Like
Curse City, Centranos. Yeah.
I want to play that so bad. I don't have it unlocked yet, though. Like I'm at level 41, I think, right now.
Okay, 52, I think, right?
So I got a ways to go. I just unlocked the Doom Tower.
Okay.
But there's so much to learn.
Okay.
I've gotten so this is where I am. How about that? Gotten Kale. I started over because I want to start with Kale. Got him up to level 60. He's max. That was like a game changer. Yep. So all of you are probably sitting here laughing because that's like so long ago.
We all started there, man. We all started there. Yeah.
But that's where I am. I got him, and I got him to 60. And what a moment that was for me. I thought it was like the best thing. That was my grind for weeks.
Kale. Dude, is it a psychological thing?
I'm sorry for what I said to you.
And then I unlocked Geomancer. Didn't realize he was great. Now I realize he's going to be someone I use for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So now the new grind continues on getting him to max level, getting him up. I think I could actually level him up to like 5 stars now. Haven't done it yet. But a lot of it has to do, I'm still learning gear, how the whole gear system works out. And I know that I want to gear up Armiger, but I'm not really sure how to do that properly. It's just, I have a lot of the beginner questions that you and your community know. And I also wonder if I'm ever going to be able to unlock a lot of these champions, because there's like over 700 now.
I think there's even more than that.
It might trigger an underlying anxiety.
And one of the biggest mistakes, Ash, that I made was in starting the game, I never used a promo code to get that free legendary Monkey King.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't even have a legendary yet.
Sun Wukong, you can't get him with a Monkey King promo code. It's too late.
Too late. I think it's only like 3 days of your new account. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen. The good news is you got Rathalos, Chase, going on right now at the time of this recording. I think you just, at the time this goes live, because I'm actually traveling the next few days, you'll probably have them, right? They do these 7-day login things. They do them usually a few times a year, So you're starting at the right time, because these oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes they're game change. He'll skyrocket. Like this dude, I haven't played him because I don't have him yet, but he's going to make a big impact on your account, right? He'll be your arena nuker. He'll be a damage dealer for you everywhere. He's great in PvP, PvE, blah, blah, blah. He's going to be great for you. Are you in a clan?
Yeah, I'm in a clan. I'm in the Aftershock Media clan.
Oh, We have a clan?
That's bad acting.
I started one, man. I started
one.
that.
I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So we have a company clan. That's awesome.
Yeah, they look a lot like advertisements, you know.
Are you guys working on Clan Boss?
Yes, we're doing the clan boss. And I'm actually getting on the normal one now. Since all of that, I'm getting like 8 million. No, I'm sorry, not normal. On easy, I'm getting like 8 million damage, and on normal, I'm getting around 4 million. So that's about that can kind of tell you where my strength is. It's low, but we're working.
No, that's great, man. That's why Kale is still, like, in my opinion, the best starter, because he can help you out the most in Clan Boss and in kind of Dragon's Lair. That's where you spend a lot of your time, like in the early game. What are you spending the majority of your time doing in the game?
Most of the time, I'm farming 12-3 on, what is it? Not brutal.
Hard,
on brutal.
Yeah.
No, I'm on
Okay,
brutal. I got there on brutal, and I'm just farming that up, trying to get food so that I can start upgrading my champions. Now, like I said, it's on the Geomancer grind. So that's most of it. I also participate though in the tournaments and stuff. I try and come in at least first or third. I want to get those rewards. I'm working on, at the time of this recording, the Spider's Den. I'm in third right now, but I'm going to pull up to first before it's over. So I want to try and get as much free stuff as I can, since I'm trying to make a free account.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you played enough of these games. You know the basics. You want to try to double dip with your energy and try to, you're doing all the right stuff. You mentioned gear a couple times though. One of the biggest things I see as early game mistakes is not prioritizing accuracy, and you're going to need a lot of accuracy on Kale and Geomancer. Are you putting enough accuracy on them?
Okay, so I've actually had a coach that's been kind of helping me, a person from the community. We've been getting on Discord. He's been helping me out.
Shout him out.
He's been helping me out.
Please, let me finish.
We built out a nice Geomancer. I think I may have just put that video out today. I did.
Okay.
But my Kale, I need to re-gear him, because his accuracy, Ash, is like 10. So yeah, it's not good.
That's not going to be doing much in Guild Boss or Clan Boss.
No.
Yeah.
No, so we got to work on that. That's one of the next projects. I take every single thing as a project. There's so much to do. I got to make each one like a step, and we're progressing all the way though. It's happening. Just
Well, that's good. That's good. Accuracy, like basically whenever you're doing something other than just hitting an enemy in this game, it requires accuracy. If you don't have accuracy, then you're just leaving so much on the table with any champion. Another one that I'll advise you to do is pick up in campaign. If you don't have her yet, you might already have her. In stage 9 of the Dreadlands, you just farm 9-3 for a little bit instead of 12-3, and you'll get War Maiden. Do you have War Maiden?
I don't. I was farming there for a while until I unlocked 12-3.
Yeah.
And I never got her. I love her outfit, by the way.
I know.
But no, I never got her, so I need to get her. You're right. I know this.
Yes, she'll be good because she's one of the only rare. She's the only rare that has, a big version of decreased defense, which will obviously progression through offense is a thing, right? Especially in the early game. And once you have that decreased defense, you can put her with Rathalos, who you'll have in a week, and then put Kale on the team. Like, I know that in a week or two, you're going to have like a massive, provided that, you go through the time of leveling them up and stuff, which is a whole nother story. You're going to have a massive like surge. Cause I imagine in dungeons right now, in Dragon's Lair and stuff, you're probably, like what, level 10 or something, stage 10, like somewhere midway, right? Or
I mean, I'm a bit more than that, I believe, but
13 or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
15,
something
16.
around there. Definitely nothing crazy for sure.
And the type of gear, you probably already know this, but like the type of sets, like speed is really good, and I don't know. Yeah, so like and I would also say don't neglect if you haven't done it yet, don't neglect the arena, man, because I love the arena. Okay, good.
I choose people I could beat, and it makes me feel good about my account.
There you go. You're like, I'm OP. You can't stop me. I love how you're approaching the game, man. I love that you're just like project based. I think that's key. I think that's a good way to look at this game, because to your point earlier, you're not competing with anybody in these games. You're just competing with yourself. You're just like trying to enjoy and improve your account. Any other, questions or funny stories or things you just don't get in the game or anything like that?
I mean, there's a ton of questions that I have, but none that I think are like for this video. What I did learn in my early stage is that I should be prioritizing skills over sets. So what the gear can do for me over putting sets together. Stats over sets. Yeah. So that's hard to do. I'm someone that likes to complete things. So when I see a set, I like to get that buff, but I got to go stats over sets.
I will say this, until you get your hands on perception gear, which you can get through faction wars, participating in faction wars, participating in the arena, which you're already doing, you'll get the forged material for perception. I think it's one of the strongest sets in the game. It gives you accuracy and speed in a 2-piece set. At that point, it will be like a big momentum shift for you, where you're going to start, like, because in the beginning it's hard when you don't ascend your champions to get enough accuracy on them, you know, because you don't have that banner and that amulet, right, what you get from Spider. But that's why accuracy, like auras, are great to take advantage of in the early game as well, to help you get that accuracy up there. But yeah, until you get perception in Dragon's Lair, man, like, even though you're right, stats above sets is 100% accurate in Dragon's Lair, get some accuracy sets. Even one set, 2-piece, 40 accuracy is big, you know, and that can help you make sure that your Kale's always landing those poisons. But let's bring you back, dude, and have a more like in-depth where you are. I'm sure you'll go back and watch this video at some point and be like, wow, what I didn't know. But it's beautiful. I know my viewers enjoy the nostalgia of looking back in the beginning of their raid careers, so to speak, through watching you. I'm so happy to have you covering this game. I'm sure there'll be a ton of collabs coming. In a way, you're starting fresh here in 2024, but in a way, I am, because we're going to be collabing a lot and we can follow your journey along. So it's pretty cool. Any final thoughts, man?
No, I love the idea. I'm really happy that I was able to be on here with you today. So thank you so much. And that's really what we're focused on. It's the nostalgia, because I know there's a lot of new players. There's a lot of players who haven't been where I am right now in years. So I try and just have fun with it, and hopefully others come and enjoy it with me. That's really the plan.
For sure, guys, check out EchoGamingRaid Shadow Legends, linked in the description below. As I said, there's a bunch of other new players that I have, or creators that I have noticed as well, switching from other games to Raid this year. I'll include a link to some of those channels as well. Echo, thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, take care.